What's going on, Revolution? Golden Rage here with Fantasy Rage, talking a little fantasy football. Week 7 edition, of course. Pickups of the week as usual, guys. These videos are intended for all you fantasy noobs who need a little help with the game of fantasy football. Hit that subscribe button, guys. I'm here every week giving you guys fantasy football tips. So let's not waste any more time. Let's jump right into this. Pickups of the week, week 7. Here we go. Starting off, we got running back Vic Ballard, Indianapolis Colts. Now this guy's failed to live up to his last week's sudden waiver buzz thanks to a stinker of a performance by the Colts. After getting down early to the Jets, Indianapolis pretty much abandoned the running game, you could say, and effectively kept Ballard on the shelf. The rookie flashed some big-time potential during the preseason, but he really had no real opportunity to showcase his talent in Week 6. But I mean, he should definitely see his fortunes improve against a more suspect Browns front 7 this Sunday. Unfortunately, though, he probably remains a short-term solution as Donald Brown is due to make his return in Week 8 or 9, something like that. So, but anyways, guys, Vic Ballard, Indianapolis Colts running back. If you need a sudden fill-in for like a bye week or whatever, pick him up. He should be available in I'd say at least 40% of leagues. So. Alright, so moving on, QB Russell Wilson, Seattle. Wilson isn't a pretty passer, it's obvious, but he looks nervous in the pocket and can't seem to see over his own offensive line. Last Sunday, his awkwardness was compounded by a fierce Patriots pass rush and a slick, rainy field, obviously. That had a lot to do with his performance, but yet despite all that, and despite throwing some ugly, wobbly passes, I was looking at some highlights, Wilson got it done again. The rookie led his team to victory, clinching the game with a precise deep ball pass to Sidney Rice. I actually saw that live, and it was after a perfectly executed play-action fake. The touchdown pass was his third of the day, a new personal best to go along with his career high of, 292 yards, I believe. If you're short in the QB position, guys, go ahead and pick him up. Russell Wilson, Seattle Seahawks. Alright, my man, running back Felix Jones, Dallas. Now, DeMarco Murray hobbled off the field with a foot injury midway through Sunday's loss to Baltimore. He did check back in to the game after halftime, but was obviously limited and was only given one carry. In his place, Felix the Cat Jones ripped off 92 yards and a touchdown on 18 carries. Though he too had to leave the game, I believe, briefly due to cramping. But Felix's cramps aren't a concern. Murray's foot injury might be. I think he headed for an MRI today, or he's due for one tomorrow. And fantasy owners shouldn't wait around to hear the result. Pick up Jones now as a handcuff who has, at the very least, earned a bigger role going forward. If Murray can't give it a go in Week 7, which I think might be the case, based on what Jerry Jones said in a recent interview, I think it was this morning on Dallas Cowboy Radio or whatever, Jones will get the start against a very accommodating Carolina defense. So, Felix Jones, guys, my man, pick him up. Should be, he might be available, at least in 50% of the league. So, alright, last but not least, tight end Dustin Keller, the Jets, back on the field for the first time since opening day. Keller was quiet on Sunday, but it won't remain so for long. He's one of the only proven pass catchers left on a team that desperately needs a pair of reliable hands. And while the nightmare tandem of Mark Sanchez and Tim Tebow would cripple a wideout's fantasy prospects, a tight end better suits the limited range and accuracy of Jets QBs. Keller's hamstring issues appear to now be behind him. Healthy once more, he provides a decent bye week option for needy owners. So, last but not least, tight end Dustin Keller, guys. Should be available in about 60% of leagues, I believe. So, alright, guys, thanks for tuning in. That concludes Week 7 picks for the week. Little fantasy rage as usual, guys. Hit that subscribe button. I'm here every week giving you guys fantasy football tips. Thanks for tuning in. Alright, guys, so good luck in Week 7.